All right, okay. Coming through with something new for the day. The topic for today, what I gotta say is your purpose and your brand. So, the topic at hand is really like two different things. Gonna talk about the mindset of finding your purpose, among other things, before I move on to how that applies to basically personal branding, all types of branding. Gonna give you a preview of the new series on branding that I'm gonna do. So, gotta pursue the topic. About to drop it. Here I go. So, what I know about this is basically I'm gonna show you how to understand what purpose is, and a lot of mistakes people make when it comes to searching for their purpose. How you can basically maintain a sense of freedom that will lead towards your purpose. How to look at any preconceived ideas that could hinder you from discovering your purpose. Look at some exercise you can do that could help you. Just basically how to apply that to whether it's a business or a career, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to look at really how to take action on that. Going to get into like branding and stuff like that. So, with my own personal experience on this topic, I would have to say that I really did not understand branding at all when I started my business path. I mean, I knew what it was. Like, I understood that, companies had brands that they put behind their products, and I got the basics of it, but I really never, like, did any, studying on it. Like, mainly, like, what I was focused on was just kind of like the basics of business mindset, looking at a lot of other successful business people and, how they got started, what they do to be successful, stuff like that. Law of attraction teachings, all that apply to mindset. And at the time, my social media accounts really like just consisted of random stuff that was mainly for like my own self amusement. A lot of really like inside jokes between my friends and I, like stuff that a lot of people wouldn't get, but it made me laugh. And I didn't really understand like how it was affecting me outside of just like my own like self amusement, party stuff with my friends, stuff like that. So like I used to work at jobs, like used to be an employee for a good phase of my life. Started working when I was in high school, all that kind of stuff. And I even like applied for professional full-time jobs after I graduated from college, thinking like I could work a full-time job and start a business at the same time. And that took a minute before I really realized that that wasn't really something that I would like want to put myself through. And if I tried to do two things, have like one foot in each area, it'd be like I would not really make progress on either one. I learned that I had to just like put all my focus into one thing to really make progress. So like at the time, I would rarely even get interviews. Applied for so many jobs, spent so many hours, so much time every day stressing myself out. Um, I never really got many interviews. And at the end of the day, like I'd get a few interviews and I would never even get called back afterwards. And at the time, I did not realize that like every employer was looking at my social media, mainly like Facebook, and Googling my name, looking at what was out there, and really they judged me by that. And I wasn't like I had a lot of party stuff, things like that. Like, like that phase of my life, I was, and I'm still right now trying to have fun. But what I didn't understand was they're looking at that stuff and they're judging me based on that. So like when they see me like with drinks in my hands, just like doing dumb stuff with my friends, like they're trying to like hire somebody that's got a basically what I would consider to be social media account that they basically understand branding, and they put up pictures of them that are really like safe and corporate stuff, like along those lines. So in hindsight, really, I'm glad that I never started working for some corporation. Like, oh man, I would just be so miserable right now if I would have like I was before when I was taking that route. I mean, I would have to say the biggest improvement in my life really came when I just decided that, I was gonna like put my life in my own hands and really decide my own destiny, decide my own future, and not, work for somebody else, not have somebody else tell me what to do. I mean, even if I lost all my money and even if I like had nothing, I would still keep doing what I'm doing because I realized that like having a purpose in life and working towards your purpose is just like really like what's the point of life? If you're just doing something every day that taking orders from somebody else and you don't have any goals or visions or dreams of your own. I couldn't live a life like that. Like that's not for me. So yeah, really, I mean, everything worked out. Like even though at the time I wasted a lot of time um, pursuing that route, everything really did work out. So yeah, getting into the topic, which is the first part is going to be understanding purpose. So like start with understanding what purpose is, and then I'm going to give some practical ways to take action to make it happen. I'm also going to be talking about how this applies to branding yourself or your business. So purpose is basically like the best way you could spend the most of your time, right? Like I was saying, like you want to be spending your time like pursuing your own goals in life. And while you're doing this, your purpose, I feel like it should be something that's providing the most value to other people. So if it's something that you really enjoy doing and it's something that you practice a lot and you're really good at, then it should be providing value, whether it's like entertaining people, whether it's actually like making some physical thing for people, providing a service for people, whatever. I mean, as long as you enjoy what you're doing and you're providing value to other people, I think that really is the main thing that really defines what a purpose is. So like enjoying your life is really the most important thing in life, right? A lot of people think that achieving wealth or power is the most important thing in life. A lot of people, spend their whole life working towards that, and they get to the end of their life and they have a lot of regrets. A lot of people, have a lot of time tied up in money and stuff, and they don't even know how to go out and have fun. They're really afraid to go out in public around people because they're worried, someone's going to rob them or something like that. And it's just hard for them to like, connect with people. A lot of people I know who are already wealthy have told me, one of the most important things they think they can tell me is to focus really before I'm like super wealthy, which yeah, I'm really not wealthy right now. I feel like I have a wealth of knowledge and I feel like I'm definitely on the right path and I know I'm doing the right thing right now. But as far as like being like a millionaire, like I'm not there. Like I'm still working towards that, and even when I get there it'll still be more and more. But as long as I'm using the money, to help other people, then I feel like it's going to keep coming in and I'm going to keep trying to make it. So anyways, getting back to the point is like what people are trying to tell me, what other people that are really rich were trying to tell me was basically like, make connections now before people, see you as rich, because you would rather have people have the connections that you would be making, that I would be making right now, would be more genuine. A lot of people say they have problems with, they can't even tell who their real friends are because, it seems like a lot of times people try to take advantage of them for money and they think that they're friends and they think people like them because of who they are. But then all of a sudden money comes into the picture. So yeah, that's another real thing where I'm just trying to, stay connected to the people that I've been cool with since like, day one. Like those people mean a lot to me. Like those are really like, even though they're my friends, like to me, I look at it like more like family. So yeah, when you're searching for wealth or power, it's really easy to lose track of making the enjoyment of life a top priority. And it is really counterintuitive to most people that enjoying life will bring the wealth and power that you're searching for. Like not the other way around. Like a lot of people, put off that enjoyment of life and they just like work themselves into bad health or whatever, just thinking that that's going to bring them enjoyment. So yeah, that's basically one of the main points of law of attraction, is like understanding to, be happy right now and that all that other stuff is going to come to you through that. So yeah, many people make the mistake of, searching for their purpose, right? Like really your purpose will find you when you're just enjoying your life. So one person might spend hours every day applying for jobs and going to interviews, while another person could spend hours every day doing what they love and getting better at it until they're like one of the top in their field, the top 1%, top 10% in their field. And the whole time that they're enjoying what they're doing, making sacrifices as far as like, maybe not having the money to buy things that other people have to buy at the time. But then in the future, they'll be 100 miles ahead of the person that, put off the enjoying their life and pursuing the stuff that they enjoy doing. So once a person masters a specific skill, they'll find that, job offers, if that's what they're trying to do, is get a job, will come to them, right? And they'll really, like, the ball will be in their hands. Like, they'll be able to decide what offers they want to take, right? Because they'll be in such high demand that everyone's going to want to work with them. Everyone's going to want to do business with them. So this will really, give you the most leverage when it comes to benefits as well, like in all kinds of areas of life. And really, if you're one of the best at what you do, it would make more sense in most cases to, start your own business or create ways to make multiple sources of passive income, or really both, you know. So on to the next point I'm trying to make. Maintaining a sense of freedom in life will lead you towards your purpose. So when you allow yourself to have free time in life, you can really do whatever you want to do with that time, right? You don't feel like you have to like be on someone else's schedule or work on somebody else's stuff. I mean, a big part of it, a lot of people really would at the start need to use that free time like I did, just to like relax, just to like rest and get in a place where they can be creative and where they can be feeling at their best potential to do what they enjoy, I mean, think about an athlete. Like, they have to really put rest a top priority, because you can't perform at your best if you don't get the rest. That's a good quote right there. That's like, I don't know if anybody else has ever said that, but I feel like I'm gonna like write that down. That's like original quote from me. You can't perform at your best if you don't get the rest. But anyway, if you have a busy schedule every day, you'll not be allowing yourself any time to discover your purpose and get better at doing that. Also, when you're constantly busy, it'll become easier to get like caught subconsciously in routines, until you find yourself repeating patterns every day that don't bring you enjoyment or connect you with your purpose. But when you get caught in a routine like that, you really like lose track of like that there's any other, enjoyment in life. And a lot of people, I myself have been in that spot before, where just start going through the motions and doing what you think you're supposed to do, like what society tells you. So you got to break out of that. Go ahead and examine any preconceived ideas that you have about what you should be doing for a living. Like, look at what your family and friends are doing and how they're making their living. A good quote to think about is something, I don't remember a word for word, or really even who said it, but it's something to the effect of like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So remember that in the past, people were most likely to stay in one line of work for their entire life before they retired. So like, first off, if you're doing what you enjoy every day, you most likely will not want to retire. And realize that now most people today in, the corporate or working world, or whatever you want to call it, really they, might stay in one line of work or one employer for about 5 years before making a change. That's a one major way that like the working world has shifted. So I basically got like a mental exercise for you to try. So like, imagine you already have like $1 million in your bank account, right? Like, you don't have to worry about money ever again. How would you spend your time? Like, hopefully the majority of it would be doing something you enjoy. Whatever it is you would be spending your time doing, If you are already rich, you should find a way to make a living doing that as soon as possible. So like whatever it is you'd be doing if you were rich, think about that. Now like it's totally possible that you can make that a lifestyle now. You can start doing that now. You don't have to be rich to make that happen. So a lot of people, due to preconceived notions, ideas, a lot of people think this is impossible. Um, you know, Friends, family, society, school, at least everyone I know when I was coming up, like that this is not anything that I was ever taught in school, right? And once you believe it is possible, which is a huge part to this whole like puzzle, once you believe it's possible, your subconscious mind will begin working to find ways to do what you want to do, like how you want to spend your time. So deciding how you want to spend the majority of your time or what you want to do for a living should be easy and fun. If you're struggling to do this, then you're trying too hard. You shouldn't have any doubt when it comes to like what your purpose is, right? Like the correct answer will just come to you. Like the more you rack your brain to like figure it out, the more you're moving in the wrong direction. You just need to, like I was saying, carve out some free time and just start doing what you enjoy and believe that it's possible to make a living off of doing what you enjoy. And, the answers are just going to come to you. So yeah, a lot of people do stress themselves out over this topic. So if you ever begin to get in like a negative state of mind or try to hurry this process, just start thinking about something or doing something that you know will make you happy, and just like forget about trying to like force the answer to come to you. So when you're feeling at your best and enjoying life, that's when the answer is going to come to you. Realize that once you find a career or business, passive income, whatever it is that you enjoy, you just got to build momentum around that idea. It's very common for other people to tell you that you will not be successful, or that you're making a mistake, or that it's never going to work out, stuff like that. So before you have a lot of momentum on your purpose and progress on your path, it's really best to avoid sharing your ideas with other people unless you're extremely positive that they're going to be supporting you. And this can be tricky too, because a lot of people will try to be nice and a lot of people will say, oh, that's awesome, but then in their mind they're going to be like, there's no way that's going to work out. And they might be saying one thing and thinking another, and that will really like subconsciously have an effect on you, because actions speak louder than words, really. So like the more momentum you have and the better you feel about what you're doing, the easier it will be over time to be not affected by the criticism and judgments of other people. So now I'm going to get into how to take action on really like the mindset stuff that I was just talking about when it comes to branding. So like, why is branding so important when it comes to finding your purpose in life? Well, everyone is building a brand with everything they do, whether they know it or not. Just like I was talking about with like the social media, where I didn't understand that was a brand, and it worked against me because I didn't realize that, like, I didn't consciously think like, oh, this is like a brand. People are going to be looking this stuff up. People are going to be, judging me on it. I mean, whether that's right or wrong, that's just how the world works. So now that I'm conscious about it, I can go back and really make it work in my favor for whatever I'm trying to do. And I mean, it shouldn't even be that difficult, because if you're doing what you enjoy doing, you can just be posting stuff like that on social media, and that's how you're building your brand. People easily see that you're good at what you're doing, that you have a future in that or whatever. So a quality brand will open many doors for you, right? I mean, doors to whatever you're trying to do. A lot of things that you wouldn't even expect. Like people will notice this. Like people are gonna be, whether they're trying to learn what you're doing, whether they're trying to work with somebody like you, hire somebody like you. Like I was saying, like the ball's gonna be in your court, right? Like, instead of going out and having to search for these opportunities are going to be coming to you. So instead of wasting your time going out and, you know, searching for opportunities, you could be spending your time doing what you enjoy and getting better at it, and then these opportunities are going to come to you. So a brand should basically, you know, make people feel a certain way about you or your business, whether you're using a business for your own personal gain, or a brand for your own personal gain, or a brand for your business. So like business branding and personal branding have a lot of similarities, but there's also some differences. And your personal brand should really convey your purpose in life. Business brand, there's a lot more to that. You know, I feel like there's a lot more corporate type definitions and everything like that, which I'll get into later. So I think there's a lot to be said about branding. So this is really just like, I feel like the tip of the iceberg, right? I feel like I've done some research in the past, but now I'm doing a lot more research on it, and I'm going to be starting a series of videos on branding, which is going to be starting next week. I'm going to be covering like business branding, personal branding, social media branding, slogans, logos, personal narratives, financial value, strategic value, customer loyalty, the entire branding process, really, like brand awareness, brand values, and much more. So yeah, this is going to be a series I'm doing coming soon. I'm still going to be doing videos like I always have been, based on, you know, money mindset and the law of attraction. So you know, my channel's really not going to change that much. It's just going to be more of like an addition to what I'm already doing. So hope this helped you out into what you're trying to be pursuing, and hopefully that if there was any misclarifications in the past, that there's no more misconstruing. So go ahead and smash up the hit the like button. Go ahead and leave any comments or questions that you have, anything that you want me to really clarify about branding, any questions about branding. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for today. Hope you got some value out of what I had to say. I'm out, without a doubt.